My beloved child, before you listen to another voice, before you replay another memory, before you ask yourself one more time why they left, I want you to be still for a moment and hear me, because I know exactly what has been weighing on your heart. I know the names you still think about. I know the conversations you replay when no one else is around. I know the friendships that changed without warning. I know the relationships that slowly grew distant. I know the people you expected to remain in your life, the people you imagined would be there years from now, walking beside you through every chapter. And yet today, they are gone. Some left suddenly, some disappeared quietly, some never explained themselves. Some gave reasons that never truly healed the wound. And now you sit with questions that seem to have no answers. You wonder if you said something wrong. You wonder if you failed them somehow. You wonder whether you could have saved the relationship if you had tried harder. My child, I have seen every tear that fell after everyone else went to sleep. I have heard the prayers you whispered when your heart was too tired to speak loudly. I have watched you carry burdens that no one around you fully understands. You smile when people ask how you are doing. You say you are fine. You say you are moving forward. But deep inside, there is still an ache. An ache that keeps asking why. Why did they leave? Why did things change? Why did someone who once seemed so close become so distant? Why did a relationship that felt meaningful suddenly feel fragile? Why did the connection break? My beloved child, these questions are heavier than you realize, because often you are not simply grieving a person. You are grieving what that person represented. You are grieving the future you imagined. You are grieving the memories you thought were still being written. You are grieving expectations that now seem impossible to fulfill. And grief has a way of disguising itself. Sometimes it appears as sadness. Sometimes it appears as anger. Sometimes it appears as confusion. Sometimes it appears as endless analysis, searching for one missing piece of information that will finally make everything make sense. But there are moments when no explanation will satisfy the heart. There are moments when the pain is not caused by a lack of answers. The pain comes from feeling left behind. The pain comes from feeling unwanted. The pain comes from wondering if someone's departure means something is wrong with you. That is the lie I want to confront today. Because many of my children have spent years carrying wounds created by departures they misunderstood. Someone left, and they concluded they were unworthy. Someone changed, and they concluded they were unlovable. Someone walked away, and they concluded they were not enough. But my child, another person's decision does not define your value. Another person's absence does not determine your worth. Another person's inability to continue the journey with you does not erase the purpose I have placed within you. You must understand this. Not everyone who enters your life is assigned to stay for your entire journey. Some people are assigned to a chapter. Some are assigned to a season. Some are assigned to teach a lesson. Some are assigned to reveal a strength you did not know you possessed. And some are assigned simply to help carry you through a valley before the road separates. This does not make the relationship meaningless. It does not make the memories false. It does not make the love unreal. It simply means the assignment was different than you expected. My child, when autumn arrives, the tree does not hate its leaves. The leaves are not being punished. The tree is not being rejected. The season is changing. What was necessary in one season may not be necessary in the next. What once provided life may now prevent growth. And because I see the whole journey while you see only the present moment, I often understand what must be released long before you do. This is why so many of my children fight to hold on to what I am gently trying to remove. They cling to relationships that have already fulfilled their purpose. They chase people who are no longer assigned to their path. They spend years mourning doors that I intentionally closed. And in doing so, they miss the new things I am trying to place before them. My beloved child, I am speaking directly to the pain you have carried. The departure hurt. The silence hurt. The distance hurt. The disappointment hurt. I am not minimizing any of it, but I need you to know that what feels like abandonment may not be abandonment at all. What feels like rejection may not be rejection at all. And what feels like loss today may eventually become one of the greatest acts of protection you never recognized while it was happening. Because there are things I can see that you cannot. There are roads ahead that you have not traveled. There are dangers you have not encountered. There are blessings you have not yet received. And there are people I am preparing to bring into your life who cannot arrive until certain others have stepped aside. So before you blame yourself one more time, before you carry one more ounce of unnecessary guilt, I want you to hear this truth deep within your spirit. I have not abandoned you, and I have not lost control of your story. Even now, in the middle of what feels like loss, I am working with purpose. Even now, in the middle of what feels like separation, I am arranging something greater than you can presently see. And this is only the beginning of what I need to show you, my beloved child. There is something happening beneath your sadness that you may not have recognized. The loss of a person is painful, but often the deeper pain comes from what that loss awakens inside of you. When someone leaves, old wounds begin to speak. Wounds you thought had healed, wounds you thought were buried, wounds that have been quietly waiting beneath the surface for years. A friend becomes distant, and suddenly you feel the same rejection you felt long ago. A relationship ends, and suddenly old insecurities begin whispering again. Someone stops choosing you, and every moment in your past when you felt overlooked comes rushing back to the surface. He takes one departure and attaches it to every departure that came before it. He takes one disappointment and connects it to every fear you have ever carried. He wants your heart to believe a pattern exists where I see a process. He wants you to believe you are being repeatedly rejected when I am actually repeatedly redirecting you. There is a difference, a very important difference. Rejection says you are not wanted. Redirection says you are being guided. They keep standing at closed doors, hoping they will reopen, while I am opening doors they have not yet noticed. My child, some relationships survive only because one person is doing all the work. Some connections remain only because one person is constantly sacrificing peace to preserve them. Some friendships continue only because one person refuses to acknowledge that the season has already ended. And often that person is you. You have tried harder. You have reached out again. You have carried conversations. You have overlooked warning signs. You have ignored the exhaustion in your spirit because you feared what would happen if you finally let go. You told yourself that persistence was love. You told yourself that endurance was loyalty. You told yourself that if you just gave a little more, prayed a little more, waited a little longer, things would return to what they once were. But my beloved child, not everything that ends is meant to be revived. Some things end because their purpose has been fulfilled. Even beautiful seasons eventually come to a close. Even meaningful chapters eventually reach their final page. And accepting the truth does not diminish what those relationships meant. It simply allows you to honor them without becoming trapped by them. You have been carrying memories that were meant to be treasures, but instead they have become chains. You revisit them constantly. You compare today to yesterday. You compare new people to old people. You compare your present reality to a past season that can never be recreated exactly as it once was. And while your eyes remain fixed on what was, your heart struggles to receive what is. My child, there are blessings that cannot enter hands that refuse to release what they are already holding. There are new relationships that cannot fully develop while your soul remains anchored to old expectations. There are divine connections I am preparing that require room. Room in your thoughts, room in your emotions, room in your trust, room in your future. That room often arrives through loss, and loss rarely feels like a gift when it first appears. I know this. I understand this. Even my servant Ruth experienced loss before she experienced purpose. She watched one chapter close before another could begin. Yet through faithfulness and surrender, she stepped into a future she could never have imagined. Her declaration, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay," became part of a story far greater than she could see in that moment. As written in Ruth 1:16, "My child, there are chapters of your story that you cannot yet understand because you are still standing inside them. You are trying to judge the entire painting while seeing only one corner of the canvas. You are trying to understand the harvest while still looking at the pruning. You are trying to understand the destination while still standing in the transition. But I see the whole picture. I see every chapter at once. I see every road ahead. I see every conversation that has not yet happened. I see every person who will eventually thank me for bringing you into their life. I see every relationship that is still being prepared. I see every blessing moving toward you even now. And this is why I need you to trust me when I remove something. Because my perspective is greater than your pain. My vision is greater than your disappointment. My wisdom is greater than your understanding. As it is written, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, in Proverbs 3:5. Notice that I did not ask you to understand everything. I asked you to trust me. Trust becomes most powerful when understanding is absent. Anyone can trust when the road is clear. Anyone can trust when every answer is visible. Anyone can trust when everything makes sense. But faith grows strongest in seasons where you must walk without seeing the entire path. That is where many of my children struggle. They want explanations before obedience. They want certainty before surrender. They want clarity before trust. But my child, some truths can only be seen after you move forward. As it is written, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever, in Hebrews 13:8. You may feel surrounded by uncertainty, but you are not surrounded by abandonment. You may feel the pain of separation, but you are not separated from me. You may feel alone, but you are not alone, because while you have been grieving who left, I have been standing beside you every moment, waiting, comforting, protecting, guiding, preparing your heart for a truth that is about to change the way you see every departure you have ever experienced. A truth that the enemy desperately hopes you never discover, because once you understand it, you will stop seeing every ending as a tragedy, and you will begin recognizing my hand even in the things that hurt. My beloved child, the truth I want to reveal to you is not a small truth. It is a truth that has the power to free your heart from years of confusion. It is a truth that can transform the way you see every goodbye, every closed door, every relationship that changed, and every person who walked away. The truth is this: not everyone who leaves your life is being taken from you. Some people are simply being released from an assignment that has already been completed. I know that is difficult to accept, because when someone matters to you, you naturally want their presence to continue. You imagine future conversations. You imagine future memories. You imagine future experiences together. You build expectations around their continued presence. Then when they leave, it feels as though a piece of your future has been stolen. But my child, no human being has ever been the source of your destiny. I alone am the source. No person has the power to cancel what I have spoken over your life. No departure has the authority to overturn my plans. No ending can destroy what I have already prepared for you. As it is written, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future," in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Notice that I did not say your future depends on specific people remaining beside you forever. I said your future rests in my hands, and my hands do not fail. My beloved child, there are moments when I remove people because they have become obstacles to the very things they were once assigned to support. This is one of the hardest truths for my children to understand, because they remember who someone used to be. They remember how that person encouraged them, how that person helped them, how that person stood beside them in a difficult season. And those memories are real. Those moments mattered. But people are not frozen in time. Seasons change, hearts change, directions change, and sometimes a relationship that once strengthened your faith eventually begins weakening it. Sometimes a friendship that once brought peace begins producing confusion. Sometimes a connection that once encouraged growth begins resisting it. This is why I told you in my word that every fruitful branch is pruned so it may bear even more fruit, as written in John 15:2. Notice something important. The branch being pruned is already fruitful. The branch is already producing. The branch is not being cut because it failed. The branch is being cut because greater fruit is coming. Many of my children interpret pruning as punishment. But pruning is evidence of care. The gardener prunes because he loves the tree. The gardener prunes because he sees potential the tree cannot yet see. The gardener prunes because he knows where growth is trying to go. When I prune your life, I am not rejecting you. I am preparing you. When I remove a connection, I am not abandoning you. I am positioning you. When I allow a season to end, I am not forgetting you. I am leading you. Yet from your perspective, pruning rarely feels beautiful. It feels painful. It feels unfair. It feels confusing. You look at what was removed and wonder why it had to happen. You focus on the empty space. You focus on the silence. You focus on what is no longer there. But the gardener focuses on what is about to grow. My child, there are blessings that cannot flourish in overcrowded soil. There are callings that cannot mature in environments that constantly pull you backward. There are dimensions of freedom that cannot be experienced while you remain attached to people who unknowingly reinforce old fears. I need you to hear this carefully. Some people are connected to the version of you that is dying, not the version of you that is emerging. Some people understand your wounds but not your healing. Some people understand your fear but not your faith. Some people understand your past but not your future. And because they are familiar with who you used to be, they struggle to recognize who you are becoming. The tension you feel is not always because someone is against you. Sometimes it is because they were equipped for a previous season. They know the old chapter, but they do not understand the new one, my beloved child. Imagine a bird trying to fly while carrying stones tied to its wings. The bird may be strong. The bird may be determined. The bird may desperately want to soar, but the weight keeps pulling it downward. Many of my children pray for elevation while refusing to release unnecessary weight. They pray for new seasons while clinging to old attachments. They pray for growth while protecting the very things that hinder it. Then they wonder why they feel stuck. My child, freedom often begins with release, and release often feels like loss. That is why you have misunderstood what I am doing. You have been looking at the release and calling it destruction. You have been looking at the pruning and calling it abandonment. You have been looking at the transition and calling it failure. But heaven sees something entirely different. Heaven sees preparation. Heaven sees protection. Heaven sees transformation. As it is written, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, in Romans 8:28. Notice that my word does not say, all things feel good. It says, I work through all things for good. There is a difference. The betrayal did not feel good. The disappointment did not feel good. The separation did not feel good. The unanswered questions did not feel good. Yet I am still capable of weaving purpose through every one of them. I am the God who turns ashes into beauty. I am the God who brings streams into deserts. I am the God who creates doors where walls once stood. I am the God who can use even painful endings to create extraordinary beginnings. This is why David declared that even when he walked through the valley of the shadow of death, he would fear no evil, because I was with him, as written in Psalm 23:4. Notice that David did not say he avoided the valley. He walked through it. The valley was real. The shadows were real. The uncertainty was real, but so was my presence, and my presence changed everything. My child, the season you are in may feel like a valley. You may be surrounded by questions. You may be carrying grief. You may still be trying to understand what happened. But do not build your home in this valley. Do not make permanent conclusions based on temporary pain. Do not decide your future based on what you currently cannot understand, because there is something you cannot yet see. I am already working beyond this chapter. I am already arranging what comes next. I am already preparing people whose hearts will align with the direction I am taking you. I am already opening paths that did not exist yesterday. I am already healing wounds you thought would remain forever. And one day, my beloved child, you will look back at some of the departures that broke your heart and realize they were not evidence of my absence. They were evidence of my guidance. They were not proof that I stopped caring. They were proof that I cared enough to prune what could no longer grow with you. And as you begin to understand this truth, another deeper truth must be revealed. The greatest battle has always been about the lie their departure awakened inside of you. And that is what I want to heal next. My beloved child, now I want to take you deeper. Because the greatest pain in your heart was never truly about the people who left. It was about what their departure seemed to say about you. The enemy understands something that many of my children do not. He knows that if he cannot stop your destiny, he will try to wound your identity. If he cannot destroy your future, he will attempt to distort the way you see yourself. If he cannot separate you from my love, he will try to convince you that you have already been separated. This is why he whispers lies into moments of loss. He takes a departure and turns it into a verdict. He takes a disappointment and turns it into an identity. He takes a painful ending and tries to make it define your entire story. The moment someone leaves, he begins speaking. See, you're not enough. See, people always leave. See, nobody truly stays. See, something must be wrong with you. My child, those thoughts do not come from me. I do not speak shame over my children. I do not condemn the ones I love. I do not wound the hearts I came to heal. The enemy wants you to build your identity around who rejected you. I want you to build your identity around who created you. There is a difference that changes everything. Because if your identity comes from people, every departure will shake you. But if your identity comes from me, even painful losses cannot destroy your foundation. As it is written, see what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, in 1 John 3 verse 1. Notice what I call you, child. Not failure, not abandoned, not forgotten, not unwanted, child, beloved child, chosen child, redeemed child, my child. Many of the tears you are crying today are connected to wounds much older than today's circumstances. Some of you have carried the fear of abandonment since childhood. Some of you learned very early that people can be unpredictable. Some of you were disappointed by those you trusted. Some of you opened your heart and were met with betrayal. Some of you gave love and received indifference. And over time, a hidden belief began growing beneath the surface. A belief that says, if I were more lovable, people would stay. If I were better, people would choose me. If I were enough, I would not be left behind. My beloved child, that belief is a prison. Because no matter how much love you give, no matter how faithful you are, no matter how kind your heart becomes, you cannot force someone to remain where they no longer wish to be. You cannot heal wounds they refuse to confront. You cannot carry responsibilities that belong to them, and you were never meant to. Yet many of my children exhaust themselves trying. They become caretakers of relationships I never asked them to carry. They become guardians of connections I never asked them to sustain. They become responsible for emotions that were never theirs to manage. And slowly they lose themselves. Not because they are weak, but because they are trying to do a job that belongs to me. My child, You are not responsible for keeping every relationship alive. You are responsible for being faithful. You are responsible for walking in love. You are responsible for obeying my voice. The outcome belongs to me. The outcome has always belonged to me. Think of Elijah after his great victory on Mount Carmel. One moment he witnessed my power. The next moment he found himself afraid, exhausted, and hiding in despair. He believed he was alone. He believed everyone had abandoned him. He believed the story was over. Yet what Elijah believed and what was true were not the same thing. I revealed that there were still thousands who had remained faithful, as written in 1 Kings 19:18. My child, your feelings are real, but your feelings are not always telling you the whole truth. Pain narrows vision. Grief narrows vision. Rejection narrows vision. When you are hurting, it becomes easy to focus on who left and forget who remains. Easy to focus on one closed door and miss 3 open ones. Easy to focus on one ending and overlook 10 evidences of my faithfulness. The enemy wants your eyes fixed on absence. I want your eyes fixed on my presence, because my presence changes how you interpret everything. When you focus only on who left, your heart becomes trapped in loss. When you focus on me, your heart begins finding purpose. When you focus only on what ended, you remain chained to yesterday. When you focus on me, you gain strength for tomorrow. As David wrote, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit," in Psalm 34:18. Notice that I do not wait for your heart to heal before I come near. I draw near while it is broken. I draw near while you are grieving. I draw near while you are confused. I draw near while you are questioning. I draw near while you are still trying to understand. That is where I am right now. Closer than you realize, closer than your fears, closer than your memories, closer than your doubts. My beloved child, some of the people who left were never meant to carry the weight you placed upon them. You expected them to provide security that only I can provide. You expected them to provide permanence that only I possess. You expected them to fill spaces in your soul that were created for me. And when they failed, it felt devastating. Not because they were supposed to be your foundation, but because you unknowingly built part of your foundation upon them. Now I am teaching you something deeper. People are blessings, but they are not saviors. People are gifts, but they are not gods. People can support you, encourage you, love you, walk beside you, but they cannot occupy the place in your heart that belongs to me alone. Only I can carry that weight. Only I can love you perfectly. Only I can remain completely faithful. Only I can promise, I will never leave you nor forsake you, as written in Hebrews 13:5. Humans may leave, seasons may change, relationships may shift, but my covenant remains, my presence remains, my love remains, my promises remain. My child, beneath every fear of abandonment is a deeper question, a question many are afraid to ask aloud. The question is this: am I truly loved? And today I want that question answered once and for all. You are loved before you perform, loved before you succeed, loved before you heal, loved before you understand, loved before you become everything I am calling you to be. As it is written, but God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us, in Romans 5:8. Do you understand what that means? I did not wait until you were perfect. I did not wait until you earned my affection. I did not wait until you proved your worth. I loved you first. I chose you first. I pursued you first. And because my love came first, no human departure can cancel it. No rejection can erase it. No disappointment can diminish it. No ending can take it away. The enemy has spent years trying to convince you that you are unwanted. But the cross tells a different story. The empty tomb tells a different story. My presence in your life tells a different story. You are wanted. You are chosen. You are known. You are seen. You are loved beyond what your mind can fully comprehend. And once this truth begins taking root inside your heart, something powerful starts to happen. You stop chasing people who are determined to leave. You stop begging for what I never intended you to lose sleep over. You stop measuring your value by human approval. You stop building your identity on unstable foundations. And that is where freedom begins. That is where healing begins. That is where the shift begins. Because now, my beloved child, you are finally ready for the turning point. You are finally ready to see these departures through heaven's eyes instead of your wounds. And when that shift happens, everything changes.